We've spent the last few years building incredibly smart AI models, but right now, most of them are essentially brains trapped in a jar. They can think, reason, and generate code, but they have absolutely no physical mechanism to reach out and actually do anything with it. If you want an AI agent to actually be useful in an enterprise setting, it needs hands and eyes. It needs direct access to your external tools, databases, and APIs to execute workflows. This diagram shows how the industry is solving that. A central node represents an AI agent, and standardized lines radiating outward represent the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. It's the universal standard acting as connective tissue between isolated agents and the outside world. But having a universal protocol is only half the battle. Someone still has to sit down and write the actual code to connect each specific software tool to that standard. That labor has quickly become the primary roadblock for developers. Engineering teams are finding that the friction of scaling software connectivity has become a larger hurdle than the underlying intelligence of the models themselves. The default path for most developers right now is to search GitHub for a free open-source connector. And if you only need your agent to talk to highly popular tools like Slack or Notion, that works perfectly fine. The roadblock hits the second your enterprise requires an agent to interact with legacy systems or niche SaaS products like FedEx shipping rates or Checkout.com's payment processing. Those pre-built repositories usually don't exist. This timeline shows the open source reality: search repositories, fork code, provision infrastructure, audit security, and maintain forever. Compare that to a managed catalog approach below, where deployment shrinks to 2 steps: generate a token and connect. This creates a strict dilemma for engineering leaders. You either burn valuable development sprints building custom API infrastructure, or you pay a third party to maintain a catalog for you. That third-party option is exactly what Vinkius is built for. It's a massive managed catalog of over 4,900 MCP servers designed specifically to bypass the open-source integration grind. It covers the standard apps, but its real utility is the depth of its enterprise connections. We're talking about highly complex, obscure tools like Adyen for global payments, Oracle VectorDB for similarity searches, and CrowdStrike Falcon for endpoint security. Deploying any of these servers through Vinkius takes seconds. You log in, grab your specific connection token from the dashboard, and paste it directly into your AI agent or IDE. This quadrant chart evaluates integration. The horizontal axis is tool ubiquity, vertical is maintenance burden. Standard open-source connectors populate the bottom left. Custom-built enterprise connectors sit in the top right, representing maximum effort. Vinkius collapses that burden, dropping highly complex, niche integrations into the low-burden territory. But achieving this efficiency requires a major compromise. You are injecting a centralized third-party subscription directly into your core AI data pipeline. Organizations using Vinkius are making a calculated trade. They are actively swapping out upfront engineering debt for long-term platform dependency. For an enterprise IT architect, connecting AI agents directly to internal databases triggers immediate alarms. The risk of shadow IT and catastrophic data exfiltration is too high to ignore. To mitigate this, Vinkius forces every single request between your agent and your tools through its built-in secure connections infrastructure. A data packet leaves the AI node and passes through a strict filtration layer, an isolated V8 sandbox. This expands into specific enterprise governance features: data loss prevention scanning, role-based access control verification, and full audit logging. But the critical caveat here is trust. Utilizing these security features means your enterprise must explicitly trust a third-party vendor with your sensitive payload data and API keys. Vinkius provides a thick, uniform security shield across all your agents, but it mandates a rigorous internal compliance review before you can safely adopt it. But what happens when an enterprise needs to connect an AI agent to a completely proprietary, in-house application that isn't listed in any public catalog? For that scenario, Vinkius maintains open-source frameworks like MCP Fusion for TypeScript and Laravel Verb, which are designed to convert your proprietary apps into MCP servers. These frameworks accelerate development by giving you the baseline server architecture right out of the box, skipping the structural setup phase entirely. The limitation is that they only provide the scaffolding. Your internal engineering teams still have to sit down and dedicate hours to writing and maintaining the specific business logic that makes the connection work. Open source frameworks definitely mitigate the pain of custom development, but connecting proprietary internal apps always carries an inescapable maintenance cost. When you bypass manual coding and instantly deploy pre-built managed infrastructure, the immediate return on investment is sheer speed. However, Vinkius isn't for everyone. If you are a solo developer working with a tight budget, building simple projects that only need access to heavily supported platforms, you should skip this entirely. There is also a strict exclusion for organizations in air-gapped environments. If you legally cannot utilize external cloud infrastructure, this platform is a non-starter. The ideal user segment is time-poor engineering teams who are tasked with scaling production-grade AI across a wide variety of enterprise tools. For these teams, a monthly subscription to a managed catalog costs a tiny fraction of the salary hours they would burn maintaining dozens of individual API connections manually. Ultimately, Vinkius acts as a foundational layer of managed AI infrastructure, handling the connective logic that agents otherwise lack. This flowchart boils down to your primary bottleneck. If you only need simple, widely available connections, the path branches left to free open-source repositories. But if your agents require niche enterprise integration or strict security governance, the path branches right. Use the Vinkius catalog. As AI agents become a standard part of business operations, offloading the maintenance of these connections allows organizations to focus their engineering talent on core logic rather than the plumbing required to keep it all running.